We welcome you to Presidential South in the UCCU Center. I'm Jarod Ivins, alongside
Brice, Larson. This is Protect the Den.
This is Protect the Den. Produced in Orem, Utah, and found on YouTube, Twitter, and all podcast locations.
Cortez skipping it to De Los Santos, who just hit one from there and connected.
Here are your hosts, Jarod Ivins and Brice Larson.
It is an absolutely beautiful day today, and we're thrilled to be here for a stacked show.
There is no place I would rather be today, Jarod, except maybe Kansas.
We have a packed, powerful show for you today. We're going to start off by giving you the UVU Sports Day that happened on this day. After that, give you our brand new Wolverine of the Week. We have an amazing interview with brand new UVU basketball commit LeTre Darthard, followed by Katie Berry, who just joined and committed to the track and field team.
So 2 great interviews coming up for you. But for now, on this date in history, April 8th, 2011, in the second game of a 4-game series, Utah Valley Baseball faced off against New Jersey Institute of Technology. That game lasted 14 innings and eventually was won by the Wolverines 9-8.
14 innings. Are you kidding me?
The next
9
2 games would also be won by UVU and go into extra innings with an 11-inning game on the 9th of April and another 14-inning game on the 10th of April, 2011. On what would possibly be the wildest series in UVU baseball history.
And it was a sweep. So, New Jersey IT, NJIT, let's call it that instead of New Jersey Institute of Technology. First game on a Thursday, 14 innings.
Well, the first game was the day before. It's a 4-game series.
Four game
So this
series.
is game 2.
So game 2, 14 innings, and they win 9-8. The next day, game 2, is 11 innings,
Yep.
and they win again. And the third of those, or the final of those, 14. 14, 11, 14, that's wild. So, man.
A lot of innings being played in New Jersey back on this date in 2011.
For this week's brand new Wolverine of the Week, it is none other than Zane Ferrer, who is from the UVU track and field team, for what I think is the prank of the year so far.
Came just after April Fool's as Zane prank called one of the coaches on the track team to ask him for some toilet paper.
He said that his neighbor told him he could get toilet paper from the coach and that they would meet at Krispy Kreme for sharing toilet paper, because obviously Utah is the most happy spending state. But it was just really, really funny.
Yeah, go and check that out on the official UVU track and field Twitter page where they have tweeted that video out.
Coming up after the break, we will have our exclusive interview with UVU basketball's newest commit, LeTre Darthard.
This is Protect the Den.
People talk about college like you're in some kind of bubble. Like there's college, and then there's the real world. Hey, this is UVU. You're not just reading about it or watching someone else do it. This is engaged learning. At the certificate, associate's, bachelor's, or master's level, you're in the real world every day.
Welcome back to Protect the Den. I'm Jarod Ivins alongside Brice, Larson, and now joining us is future Wolverine that we're very excited to have, LeTre Darthard. LeTre, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. We're excited. It's a beautiful day here. Just trying to endure this world that's very uncertain.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well, where are you at right now, LeTre?
I'm back at home, about 30 minutes out of Dallas, so I live in Denton, Texas, like 5 minutes away from UNT, so that's where I live at.
Nice, man. Nice. Well, we're excited to help UVU fans just get a little bit more aware of who you are. little bit more about you. So tell us a little bit about yourself, your style of play, what you like to do.
I got you. So I'm a prep player. So I went to prep out of high school. I went to Hargrave Military Academy in Virginia.
Wow.
Then I went to McCook Junior College in Nebraska, and I classify myself as like a player who could do it all. So at the prep school and high school, I was just a player who played defense, the glue guy really, who played defense, made open shots and stuff like that. And then when I went to McCook, my coach Kyle Jordan, he basically just told me that you're capable of being the guy, and I stepped up, made shots, efficient with my shots, and I'm just a player who's not going to force a bad shot, but I'm going to take the good shots and help my team win.
That's awesome. From what we know, you're a pretty good three-point shooter, eh?
Yep.
Do you prefer the three-point shot over driving to the basket?
I'm not going to lie, I do.
That's awesome. We like seeing, when we found out and heard the news that you were committed to coming to UVU, we're looking at some of your highlights and seeing you throw it down on some of those guys, man. It makes us excited for this fall and winter for what's coming our way.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. I know Coach Flores, he already talked about it. He said he's going to get my vertical up some. So that's what I'm excited about.
Maybe he could help us all. I'm struggling with my my vertical as well.
Exactly. Me too.
Well, LeTre, what was the number one thing that really made you decide to commit to Utah Valley University?
Honestly, I'm not Coach Madsen, man. He's a real humble guy. As you know, he's storied in basketball, so I don't have to go into detail about that. But he's a real humble guy, and he's just going to develop me. Him and the coaching staff just really believed in me, and they really wanted me from the jump. So you just got to go to a place where what really wants you. So I chose Utah Valley.
That's awesome, man. I don't know if have you heard about Coach Mark Madsen's Crocs?
I seen those Crocs.
So we'll make sure that we can get you a pair for when you get out here. I don't know if it's, they do team orders or what, but I think it's a requirement.
Sure need some Crocs. I don't even own none.
Well, man, what are your goals and aspirations for basketball? Especially now, this is like you said, your third school in Virginia, Nebraska, now in Utah. You've kind of played all over. What are you excited to have happen for you in your career?
Man, I'm just really excited to be in the place because I'm not trying to leave this place. I'm gonna be here for 3 solid years, and my goal is just trying to get to that NCAA tournament. Like, who doesn't want to get to the tournament? So my first goal is to win the WAC. And then the second one is just to get to that tournament and put people on notice. Because wherever I go, I just want to put the school on notice because I feel like we have the team and the players to do that. And after basketball, I just feel like Coach Madsen, I don't really like to talk about that stuff, but when I need to cross that bridge, I can.
It's awesome, man. Well, those are the same goals that we have. That's the same goals that coaching staff has, and we're here and excited to be able to make them happen with you and to see you guys achieve greatness.
Exactly.
All right, LeTre, we are grateful that you joined us today, man. Thanks for hopping on.
And thanks for having me.
All right, and we'll talk to you a little bit later, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so after the break here at PTD, we are going to go into an interview with UVU track and field star Kaylee Berry. Catch us after the break.
I hate math. I can't count how many times I've heard people say that. And as a math teacher, I take it personally. So, while working on my master's at UVU, I developed ways to help kids not hate math. Does engaged learning make a difference? You do the math.
We welcome you back to Protect the Den. I'm Jarod Ivins alongside Brice Larson. We just had a great interview with LeTre. And now we are joined by future track star and Hall of Famer, Kaylee Berry. Kaylee, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing great. We're excited to have you on Protect the Den today and to get to know you a little bit better. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, about your family, and what you like to do.
I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska. I have an older sister and younger brother, and then I like to do track, but as of right now, it's kind of on a stop. But I like to draw and stuff like that.
Nice. An artist. It's better than me.
So tell us some of the events that you compete in.
I compete mainly in high jump. I was going to try long jump this year, but I don't know if that's going to work out anymore. But mainly high jump, yeah.
That'd be sweet. Yeah, I can barely jump onto my bed at night. That's pretty cool. How did you get into high jump, and how did you learn that that was something you wanted to do?
So I started out in middle school and could barely jump over 310. And I did high school track, and I did not want to try high jump at all. But my sister pushed me to trying it. I was like, okay, fine. So then I went the first couple meets, got a ton better, finally jumped like over 4 foot. And then I jumped my sister at 4.6. And then
There we go.
at the freshman year, I jumped 4.10.
Wow.
So I increased my PR freshman year by a foot. So then I realized like I could be good at this. So I kept going all through high school, and now I'm at 5'4" jumping.
Wow.
That's really good.
That's incredible.
So
Yeah.
what was the biggest thing that attracted you to Utah Valley University?
I was wanting to go to Utah for school. I didn't know which school. And I was looking at track programs that I could possibly be a part of. And Utah Valley is the one that struck my eye the most, because I started doing like research and saw all the teams. And I'm like, this looks so fun. So then I emailed Coach Skylar Sprague, and yeah, ever since, like, I've been super excited to come to Utah Valley.
That's pretty awesome. What was that process like of being recruited by Utah Valley and accepting offers or working that out? How did that go for you?
It was kind of interesting. So I had an offer from a Nebraska school that I declined because I wanted to move out to Utah. And I emailed Kyler saying, hey, I'm like super interested in your program. This was during November. And then we talked a little, but then my email got lost in his email chain actually. And I just heard back from him earlier this month. So like it's been a long process, but I'm happy it happened.
Yeah, your process has been different to most, so.
Yeah, it's fun.
We're glad it all worked out.
Yeah,
too.
Kaylee, well, congratulations on the commitment. When do you come out to Orem?
Early August, I think.
Early August, and then you start getting to work as soon as you're out here, right?
Absolutely.
That's if we're all still alive, buddy.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and it's been a good interview with you. We're grateful that you've taken the time out of your day to join us.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks. Have a good day, Kaylee.
You too.
Welcome back to Protect the Den. All right, for this last segment of the show, we are going to talk about some of the challenges and some of the perks to recruiting here at Utah Valley University.
So for me, Brice, number one thing that I can think of for recruiting here at UVU is the opportunity at UVU. The way that the university values their students, the inclusion, the diversity, the unity. You know, Utah Valley is the number one fastest growing university in the state with the most students. Over 40,000 students attend UVU. And with that comes every aspect of life. You know, there are students that grew up in Utah. There are students that grew up from California, Washington, New York, Florida, Texas. They come from everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're all aspects of life. You know, different faiths, different religions, different work backgrounds, different ethnicities. That diversity is what prepares the students and athletes for the real world. And that's what I think, you know, that's one of the main draws for this university. There are great athletic programs, and apart from that, because obviously the coaching staff, the team camaraderie and so forth is great. But on top of that, where I'm thinking, the main challenge is inclusion, diversity.
Yeah, I think one of the challenges that Utah Valley University faces with recruiting, especially in basketball, is that the conference that they're affiliated with. I think recruiting to the WAC is a lot harder than it would be, you could say, even for Utah. Of course, they're in the Pac-12. BYU is in the West Coast Conference. Now, out of the WAC and the Big Sky, I think it's easier to recruit to the WAC than it would be the Big Sky.
Yeah.
That would be for Weber State and SUU. But the biggest perk that Utah Valley has, especially with basketball, and I'd even say softball too, are the coaches.
Yeah.
Coach Mark Madsen is an absolutely wonderful coach.
And that's exactly
a great
what
recruiter.
LeTre just said.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with Stacey May Johnson. Absolutely great softball coach and an even better recruiter as well. Yeah. And that could be said for all of the coaches. Soccer is an especially big one as well. Lots of big soccer players here at Utah Valley.
Yeah. Another advantage that I see for UVU is the sports that are here that aren't elsewhere. So wrestling, UVU is one of the best wrestling teams in the state, in the West.
Division I men's soccer.
Yeah, Division I men's soccer that isn't at other universities around here. At other universities, it's club or it's lower divisions, but here, wrestling is part of the Big 12. They wrestle against Iowa State. They wrestle against these big, top-tier, amazing colleges in this big competitive conference, and same with soccer. One other challenge that I see is, I think, the lack of a football team. Because you look at other schools, all the other schools in the state of Utah have football teams, Weber State or Dixie State, SUU. And not that, a basketball player is coming because they like football, but it's just a more well-rounded university in those aspects.
Right. Well, let us know what you think about this conversation by commenting below. You can also tweet at us at Protect the Den. Give us your thoughts, give us your feedback. We'd love to hear what you think.
Yeah. Whether it's on YouTube, Twitter, all podcast locations, Instagram, any way you're seeing this, we're grateful and we're very glad for the progress we've been able to make along with your help. Please stay safe, wash your hands, stay inside as much as possible, and we're going to keep doing this as long as possible.
Yeah.
But until next time, go Wolverines and protect the den.
This is Protect the Den.